Hey Sagittarius, we're going to do your weekend reading for May 15th through the 17th, and this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's a general reading for your weekend, Sagittarius. How can you give more love to yourself, to others, and to all things? And then I'm going to do your past, present, future with the Osho Zen Tarot first, before I go into your main spread. Sagittarius. Okay. So in your recent past, we could have had a time of probably reflection, a little bit of alone time so that you can listen to your inner voice. You felt possibly some inner harmony and balance and a lot of clarity, a lot of intuitive feminine energy. For your current situation, you or someone around you could be having some laziness. It's kind of like the illusion is cracking though, and it's there's some time to a need to kind of pull yourself out of that illusion so that you can move on from this cycle. Okay, and then for your future, we have control. So you might come out of this laziness or, whatever, this kind of stagnant energy. Yeah, this is like you're very comfortable and everything like that. It feels great, but it's shattering. That illusion will crack eventually, and you'll have to gain control of yourself and your mind and regain clarity and focus. But we'll see when we get into the main spread for this weekend for you, Sagittarius. May 15th through the 17th. For your current situation, we have justice. So this is kind of like regaining balance, or balance that was due to you, finding harmony within and without. And then for your recent past, we'll clarify all of this with the Rider-Waite deck, but for your recent past, we have the King of Swords, which is kind of like your future energy with the Control card. So, yeah, for your recent past, we have the King of Swords, a lot of intellect and clarity. And that probably came about when you started listening, tapping into your inner voice and listening to yourself a little bit more instead of sources outside of you. And then for your abilities this week, we have the Four of Pentacles. This is a dragon clinging to its coins. So you might have a situation where you're able to, I don't want to say cling to your coins, but you're able to, we'll clarify, it can mean miserliness, but it can also mean, stability and, being clear about your spending habits and stuff like that. And then for your love, passions, and interests, we have strength. So this can mean using patience, compassion, and love to, be strong with whatever your love, passions, and wherever your love, passions, interests lie, whether that's be with work or a partner or a relative. But as long as you don't use force, it can be, that's strength doesn't mean force. Strength can mean patience and compassion, because if she used force with this lion, it would bite her hand off. So for the future, we have King of Cups. A lot of emotional stability and strength, and like a shoulder to, you know, that this character is like a shoulder to cry on, and someone to talk to, someone that will show you like a healing, loving kind of vibe. But we'll clarify if that's you or someone in the future. Could be you. Can I clarify the King of Swords in the recent past for Sagittarius? I have the Ten of Wands, the King of Swords, again, the Emperor, and the Chariot. So you're being really, really strong and clear about something that was too heavy, and you're possibly moving away from it. You're possibly moving away from something that was too heavy, using your, you know, clear, strong, stable, intellectual self, knowing that you can rely on yourself and your perspective on the situation and your inner voice, your intuition. Clarify the inner voice, please. Queen of Swords, yeah. So there's just a lot of clarity in your past. Inner voice, Queen of Swords, a lot of clarity, you know, cutting through lies or cutting through deception, or just cutting through any kind of like ego fog. Can I clarify justice in the current situation? Sagittarius. Knight of Wands. I got the Justice card and the Knight of Wands to clarify the justice in your current situation. So there, you know, you're with whatever you're walking away, whatever you're moving towards, or, you know, moving away from, that was too heavy for you. It is bringing you balance, and it's serving you justice, and it's bringing you in, you know, inspiration. It feels like it's making you kind of like excited and inspired to see you manifest a balance like that for yourself. Yeah, it's like you're fulfilling your own wishes. You're excited for the future and what can happen, you know, what all the possibilities. Can I clarify laziness, please? Please clarify laziness. I feel like you might be, okay. So to clarify the laziness card, it's kind of like, you know, regain your clarity, all the clarity that you had in your recent past with all these swords and inner voice and everything. Regain your clarity, and because that's when you feel like in your power and royal. Because right now you might be avoiding feeling some sorrow and some pain from whatever you're walking away from. But I think, you know, if you allow yourself to feel it even for a short time, it might, you know, it'll avoid this kind of like this feeling. But if you're kind of like naively rejoicing in like this newfound balance, remember, balance is balance. So you should also allow yourself to feel what is due. Yeah, because what you're walking away from, it doesn't seem like it was easy. It was an easy decision, but it was something that there was emotion involved, there was passion involved, there's something that the moon is here, so, you know, don't forget that your emotions need to flow as well. Okay, moving on. Four of Pentacles. Can I clarify the Four of Pentacles for the abilities this weekend? Sagittarius. Yeah, you're really just in general becoming reliable on yourself and in the material world, and you know, you are able to make things happen for yourself, and you're very stable, and oh my gosh, it feels really balanced on the 3D level. But there is something that you're holding off, a decision that you're holding off, or perhaps binding yourself in something. Let me see. Clarify the Two of Swords. King of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Three of Pentacles. I feel like to stay face in front of others, you're trying to give off present yourself as someone very stable and almost like not emotionally, but you do need to kind of like let yourself feel a little bit and stop worrying about what all these other people think. Don't suppress things. You can express yourself in private if that's what you prefer, but do express yourself, because you got a lot going on. I mean, you're financially stable, it feels like. You have a lot of resources around you. You've dropped what was heavy and you feel really just, you know, you feel like there's balance and you're receiving justice that's due. But there are emotions and feelings that need to flow with how you're growing. You can't leave your feelings behind you, because you got to bring it all with you, because it'll all pull you back. Page of Swords fell out too. Strength for love, passions, and interests, please. Hierophant. Yeah. With your love, passions, interests, there's a lot of, I think, a need for balance and to regain clarity and clear your waters, and be compassionate and loving and open to who or what you're devoted to, whether it be a spiritual practice or a learning, or you know, this could be in marriage or someone that you see yourself devoted to, you know, regaining that balance and that clarity and being patient. I feel like you're emotionally stable with you want to give off the you want to present yourself as somebody that's emotionally stable right now. And that feels like that's kind of a juggle, and it's I feel like you're just really trying to focus on what your plans are instead of feeling what you need to feel. But this King of Cups in the future position and the Control card, we have basically like the King of Swords and the King of Cups in your future. So it's like regaining balance and in your emotions and letting yourself Knight of Cups, letting yourself feel what you need to feel. Can I clarify the King of Cups future outcome? Yeah, Page of Wands, Three of Wands. So when you let yourself flow with these emotions, that's when you'll start to feel like yourself, when you can that's when you can really feel like yourself and make these plans and get back to this inspired state this weekend, when you just kind of like, you know, just let it flow a little bit. Don't ignore your emotions. Don't ignore your emotions, because then your enthusiasm and intuition and your whatever you're feeling excited about, it'll all kind of like drain out, and then you'll find yourself back at this because it pulled you back because you didn't process it. Yeah, see, it'll pull you back if you don't process it. Allow yourself to feel whatever you've left behind that was too heavy, because no matter what, leaving something behind has to be processed. Okay, one guide card with the medicine cards, please, for Sagittarius for this weekend. Alligator in reverse, 50. Let me see. Usually alligators kind of like rolling with the punches and laugh at your seriousness type thing. Integration in reverse. Yeah, a time to laugh in the face of conflict in order to survive. If the gator's belly is floating exposed on top of the water, it can mean that rash actions or thoughtless words have put you in jeopardy. Gator's treacherous jaws warn you not to fall prey to quick fix solutions or schemes. If contrary, Gator's bite has severed an artery that fed you life force, and Band-Aid will not cure your present situation. Integrate stable long-term solutions and options. If you have become inflexible or judgmental, detach from muddied thinking or clouded feelings that have imprisoned your progress. In all cases, Gator reminds you to scan more than the surface, integrating all possibilities, potential risks, unexpected outcomes, and ultimate rewards. If you integrate all these viewpoints, it'll become easier to roll over and come out on top. Yeah, so it's kind of like this, you know, regain your clarity and, all, you know, your perspectives, and kind of roll with the punches and kind of laugh about it a little bit, because, you know, laughing can also be a healing thing, and it is emotion, and it does allow you to flow as well. But whatever happens, I just hope this weekend you try not to suppress anything ultimately. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and thank you for watching.